started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
This taken in at the goal line.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by their electrifying signal caller, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, Michael Vick.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can...
And right off the bat, look at him lay out there and make the ground. 13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
Here's Michael Vick.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Vick on 2nd down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
But he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Vick in trouble, and down he goes. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Randy Moss, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That'll be caught. It's caught. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Here's Hurts to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Back in the end zone. Can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Partner, we always talk about how important third down is, but I think first down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense to really get in gear.
That throw by Vic, incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Vic to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Vic goes play action. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Play action now, Vic. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Vic now. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Vic readies to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
George Karlaftis
drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Open man right side is Cup, complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Cooper Kupp
With his second touchdown here in this first half.
and the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
So now following that long touchdown a moment ago, you might say to yourself, well, that should be enough on its own to boost his ratings. I wish I had somewhere to call and tell that to. Well, fear not. Now you do. The Madden Ratings Hotline is now available. You can make your case. Who needs to go up? Who needs to go down? You can call 1-844-MADDEN-1. That also works out to 1-844-623-3361. As they say, the lines are open. Operators are standing by. Let the devs know what you think right now. 1-844-MADDEN-1. Check it out.
And make your case. Tell them why your player should be moved up in the ratings. Tell them why one of the guys that you don't like should be moved down. The players do it. They make their case. Now you get to make their case for them.
Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Well, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. Aaron Donald. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we've hit intermission. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. A 2-touchdown game. 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
Taken at the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter. And boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go.
Now here's Vic.
Finding space at the 40.
Breaks through the contact. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Vic now from the 50. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Vic. And he's going to go down again. George Karlaftis giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Hurts. It's caught by Mike Evans. And out across midfield down to the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second.
This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. From the gun, it's Hurts. Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 31 yards. And the Buccaneers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Throwing, Vick. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Ready.
To throw, Vick. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Aaron Donald able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it at the 42. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. 2nd down coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you'd love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Henry. Touchdown. Buccaneers. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one-sided, really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense. To get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
And they're brought out by a former #1 overall pick coming off one of his best seasons ever in year 7 of his career, now in year 8, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Henry again on second down. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Henry up the middle.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Goff. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. On second down, here's Henry. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes on the right. That eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts taking it right down Broadway. Down to the 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. On first down, it's gone. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Aaron Donald. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it facing a second and long situation. Inside handoff, Henry. Now he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Goff. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And while we have a moment, we remind you that registration for the Madden Championship Series is now open. This year we'll be giving away, ready for this, $1.7 million in prize money to the best Madden 24 players in the world. And if you want to get in on the action, and you should, visit MaddenChampionship.com to get yourself registered. Well, it's hard to believe how much that has taken off in recent years.
It's taken off so much, partner. I'm going to start to work on my game and register for a chance to win that kind of money.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. 2nd and 5.
Goff now, the throw. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he's brought down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll fake the give. Now gone. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Throwing again is gone. Looking sideline, incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Back to throw, Goff. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing on third, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Goff now looks to throw. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That's it for the... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moss. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Hurts throw taken in by Moss.
And this is going to be another another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one sniffed out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
The NFL's second leading rusher in 2022. Here's Derrick Henry. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. They'll run it again with Henry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Again to Henry. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 28-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Off play action. Here's Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Now a draw play for Gore. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Goff's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Goff.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Goff.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Goff throwing again. This will be caught by Randy Moss. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defender.
Touchdown, Broncos! Dallas Goedert from 19 yards away.
And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope. Anything with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 31 yards.
And the Colts have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all. To get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time.
They'll be led out by the fifth-year dual threat and former #1 pick in 2019, Kyler Murray.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
Now Murray throwing on second down.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing now is Murray.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Play fake. Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long distance.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
Second down, Murray sets to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air, it made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground. You just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games,
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Corey Bojorquez now.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by someone who has proved doubters wrong his entire career. MVP runner-up a season ago, Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college.
Derrick Henry all alone. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to run it.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Again, it's Henry. And running with power here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. A touchdown, Indianapolis. Derrick Henry, 15 yards. And the Colts post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. That time a 6-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Dancing to his left. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big play here as they strike for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Calvin Johnson with an amazing diving catch. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt and get the ball back, and they played perfectly well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Now Murray returns it right back to Samuel.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down is Murray.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the right sideline.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, the way things have been going in this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play. And they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before half for Murray.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Throwing is Hurts. And he's He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line.
Johnson on, it's poke free. Football's out. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, that great field position.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Randy Moss from 10 yards out.
And the Colts open the lead up to 34-0. Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes Johnson on the return. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Shedding the tackle. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game.
There he goes left side. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Colts. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, there's really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard. And they really got it done.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On second down, here's Murray. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Murray now on 1st down. Tolbert hauls in the out route. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Here's Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Murray to air it out again. And this one complete again to Mims. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another 1st down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Murray. And he's got it. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now Murray off play action. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. To get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Indianapolis. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in the 2001 draft. He's been around a while. The lefty, Michael Vick.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm.
And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it.
Vick loses the football. It's out.
And the Colts pick it up.
And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. First and goal. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the...
And he takes it in for the Colts score. Henry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now here's Vick. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, Vick. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. A first carry for the legend. It's Bo Jackson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Vick. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chase Young. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this 1st quarter of play. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 1st time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they can score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure on the passer. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Hurts. That'll be caught. It's caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jalen Hurts taking it in from a yard out.
And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns.
Jalen Hurts with another touchdown rushing. 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And, of course, we all remember the 3-touchdown game in the Super Bowl. So called running plays or scrambles, Jalen Hurts is dangerous.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Vick's throw complete there to Johnson.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd and 1, here's Vick. They set up the screen to Bo.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Here's Michael Vick.
It's Jackson again on the reception.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
And we'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. He's to the 15.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Amir Smith-Marset.
67 yards.
And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
Fighting through pressure, going up top for Kupp. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Oh, some strong running.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A throw over the middle taken in, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Throwing is Hurts. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Well, it is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this.
And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's Vic. Got a man, it's Jerry Rice. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Vic to throw it. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Just what they need, electric from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
The throw on 2nd down from Vic, incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Vic readies to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Colts are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Preston Smith there on the stop.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Randy Moss, 67 yards. And the Colts have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Jackson now to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Vic operating on 1st down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
He'll take it inside the 25.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
And he takes it in for the score in the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get it.
To get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Indianapolis.
This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they're led out by their quarterback, the former Baylor Bear. It's RG3.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet it before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
Second and 10. Once again, Griffin steps away to his left. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
On 3rd down, Griffin.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Colts are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Derrick Henry. And fights through one man. Still fighting for more. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll run with Henry. Still shedding tackles. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 45 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now first and goal. Henry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
2nd and 7. Play action. Now Griffin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Griffin. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable here from the 38. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And the coach second review.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8. Henry up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. He stiff arms him. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Henry. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, it's Griffin. And that is incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Cooks flashing the footwork. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is RG3. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. They'll throw on first down with Griffin.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Once again, Griffin. And his throw here is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. The coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
7th play in the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Griffin.
A little reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Well, on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
They go play action with Hurts. That's down the field to Moss, complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Open man downfield is Johnson.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll throw now on the final play. Staying on his feet. Forced. And he'll get into the end zone. A touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jalen Hurts.
As time expires in the first half.
And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it is now 21-0. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Sheds off the tackle. Oh, still going.
And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Hurts throw complete there to Johnson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Calvin Johnson, 32 yards.
And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it is 28-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Griffin. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Colts have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, another score this league. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Now it's Griffin. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Going up top for Kupp. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Gronkowski down the field. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Miami's offense set and ready to go. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's Griffin. There again is Cooks, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Griffin will throw again. They set up the screen for Henry.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Here's Griffin to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Buying time. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading